Now, I've told you about Jason Matteras. Big fan of this program. Sent me a letter with his book, Obama Zombies, saying that I had played an instrumental role in inspiring him and motivating him to seek his own niche in the media as a career. And he has done it. He's tracking people down and asking them questions that if they were a Republican, they would be asked daily. This is in March. This happened last month on Capitol Hill while walking in the hallway. We have a montage of an exchange here between the author and journalist Jason Matteras and Barney Frank.
With the bad economy, do you think you can give me advice on how to start my own brothel? Well, you have experience in these matters. Maybe I can make some extra cash on the side.
No, because you're really too silly to talk to.
Too silly? Now you had one running out of your apartment.
The house ethics committee, that was not.
I know your buddies on the house cleared you, but you didn't think something was up? I mean, your house didn't smell a little funny at night when you returned?
No, because it was not in my house. It was in
your apartment. Yeah.
No, it wasn't in my apartment, and there was no prostitution activity going on in the basement apartment that I lived in.
No prostitution activity in the basement apartment I lived in. Now, we've had Steve Goby, who was Barney's significant other at the time, on this program saying the opposite. And Goby, of course, got his parking tickets fixed by Barney. It continued.
I wanted to know, how can we expect change from someone like you when you turned a blind eye towards Fannie Mae's corruption because they were stuffing your campaign coffers and you were having sexual relations with one of their executives?
First place, the man I was living with was not an executive. He had an entry-level job beginning in 1990.
So you're telling me Fannie Mae's insolvency, you're saying Fannie Mae's insolvency wasn't pillow talk at night?
No, and I'm telling you that your refusal to listen doesn't speak well for your interest in having change. No, you're not. You keep interrupting me.
No, I'm not. You said you wanted to roll the dice on Fannie Mae, and now my generation is stuck with the debt you guys are instituting.
Now, if Barney Frank were a Republican, I mean, this is the kind of stuff he'd be peppered with each and every day. This is Jason Matteras, a journalist, author. And the final portion of the exchange is next.
And you didn't talk about subsidized housing with him or rolling the dice, ever?
No, not rolling the dice. I did talk about my skepticism about the policy of both Clinton and Bush of getting low-income people into ownership. My view was always that was a mistake, that in fact they should be helped to rent housing. And I was very critical of both Clinton's and Bush's policy to put low-income people into buying housing they couldn't afford.
What? He was critical of Clinton and Bush for getting people into low-income people into housing when they should have been renting? Bush is who tried to stop this. It was Barney Frank and Chris Dodd who conceived that. Well, it was actually conceived by Carter, and it was given life by Clinton. And then Barney Frank and Chris Dodd expanded on the program. And I hear Barney is out there saying, and I'm sure Jason was stunned, which is why he was rendered silent when Barney was, no, I was trying to stop this. I was trying to make sure that these people were not loaned money or lent money to be able to buy houses. Jason Matteras. You'll be hearing a lot about him. Speaking of Pulitzers, Jason Matteras would have gotten a Pulitzer today if Barney Frank were a Republican. We'll be back. Sit tight, my friends.